Thank you for that like button. Appreciate that. How you guys doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful and wonderful Saturday. What's up, Taze? Welcome back, brother. It's been a minute since I did a live stream. Thank you, Darren, for that subscription. Thank you, thank you. We are live on vertical and horizontal. I've got two separate devices here. If you're interested in watching the kind of dog height horizontal, that's also available. And then I have a short person view over here. So we got short person view over here and kind of dog height over here. I was hoping to set up everything on one screen, but the last time I did that, I overheated my phone. And then it didn't last more than 10 minutes or so. Ooh, I forgot to put sugar in this coffee. Silly me. So I was excited that all the snow went away. But it's back. It snowed again last night. And now it's all melting again. Because it's fairly warm out compared to the way it has been all winter. So the snow was finally almost gone. You know, it was just the big piles and things at the corners. And then we got a light dusting last night. I'm so over the snow. Like, I love the winter so much. It's my favorite season, but there's just so much of it you can take. You can only so much of one thing that you can take. Courtney, Arlo, hello, hello. How are ya? If it's your first time to the channel, we have 4 dogs here. This one here is Letty on the left. That one's Letty. And then next to Letty, we have Shadow. Shadow's the one over here hiding. And we have Annie. Oh. This lady's gonna get in the way. That's Annie. And then next to Annie is Zuma. Zuma's over there. Tilt you guys a little bit if I can. I'm using the same tripod for both phones, the horizontal and the vertical. So I'm going to try not to move one camera angle as I adjust the other. I've got one, the vertical phone is at chest height for me. And the horizontal phone is more at my knee height. So if you're looking to get more of an up-close view at dog level, we do have the horizontal view available. I hope you guys are having a beautiful and wonderful day out there. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate that. And for those of you who subscribed, I appreciate that as well. We recently just passed 5,000 subscribers. Super exciting. It's been, oh geez, it's been about a year now since we started doing live streams. So it's been quite the journey. And last few weeks or so, I haven't really been feeling like I could be positive for you guys. You know, I want to be here and be in a good mood. You know, nobody wants to come to a live stream where somebody's grumpy all the time. You know, that's... I want to stay true to the channel, right? And positivity and wisdom is part of the channel. And if I can't be positive, how can I expect you to be positive, right? So, we're going to sneak a live stream in here. The kiddo and my girlfriend are out shopping at the grocery store right now. So we're going to sneak a live stream in. That's been the other thing too. We've had a change in employment in the household. So the hours have changed. So it's made it, I wouldn't say difficult. It's made it more of a challenge to be live streaming. Because I do live stream from the living room. The living room is, you know, the only room in the house that I live stream from besides the basement. And the basement I live stream from for video games, and that's it. It's an unfinished basement, so it's not very visually appealing, for lack of better words. And I'd rather not put anything that's not visually appealing. You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But if you like something and then you see that it's not visually appealing, maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, you're more likely to swipe away, or it would be like rage bait, right? Got a hello in here. Dingnap is back. What's up, Dingnap? How you doing today? We also have the vertical and we have horizontal going. They're two separate live streams because I haven't figured out how to do both in the same live stream. So the comments are not merged. I do know how to use the prism. So I could have merged both cameras. I did get Zuma. Thanks to you guys, I got Zuma a second phone. I used the YouTube super chats and memberships to go and get her a second device so that I could use two camera angles. Lisa Marie Sparkles, thank you for popping in. Thank you. It's good to see you. It's nice seeing the people come back who I've seen before. Appreciate you popping in to say hi. I hope you're having a beautiful and wonderful day. Much love to you. And if you run into something today and it bothers you, just tell yourself, if it applies, it's not my circus, it's not my monkeys, I'm not gonna fuck with the clowns. It's good advice, trust me, it's good advice. Not my circus, not my monkeys, don't fuck with the clowns. They always look sleepy. This is like all they do. Eat, sleep, and poop. Right? People forget that part. Not my circus, not my monkey, so they say let me walk away. But also, don't fuck with the clowns. Because they're just a clown. They're there to make somebody laugh. It's an entertainment thing, right? And if you mess with them, you just make yourself upset. It's an analogy that means if it's not your problem, stay out of it. Don't engage with stupid people. Stupid people make people angry for no reason. That's so true. You know, I would be, if I were a dog, I would be the worst dog ever. I guarantee it. I would be getting into all kinds of stuff. I would be so disobedient. I would be so disobedient. I'd be like, I'll do it for a snack. Speaking of, it might be snack time. Should we get some snacks going here while we've got Lisa in the chat? We don't have any peanut butter to give them, but we do have a couple milk bones. What do you think, Leg Bud? As soon as the live stream started, you dipped off camera. That's your style. Oh, they know what's going on now. Annie's the only one that's like, he'll bring the snack to me. Did you see her? She knows. She knows I'll come bring it to her. I'll call her over to have it. What a girl. All right, let's bring it over here. Here we go. One for everybody, okay? One for Annie. She waited so patiently. One for Laddie. One for Shadow. One for Zuma. All right, now don't be stealing each other's snacks, okay? Everybody got one. Crystal, what's up? Oh, I'd be a husky? Maybe. I don't know if I would be dramatic, but I would definitely have to be bribed to do anything. Like, I would pee outside if I got a snack once I came back inside, but if they stopped giving me snacks, I'd start peeing inside again. That's how I would be if I was a dog. I'd be like, you're going to bribe me to do well, or I'm not going to do well. Just in time, Crystal. If anybody out there's got the resources that can help open up a rescue shelter, and that's one of the dreams you'd like to have, that is Crystal's dream as well. So you guys should link up, put your minds together, and try to make that dream come true, because I think that's a beautiful dream. Heck yeah, Lisa. You know it. I'd be like, no snack, no outside pee. I would be totally food motivated and driven. Look at that floppy ear on you, Dodo. Yes, Crystal, of course. You have a dream to do good things with animals and take animals from places that they're not treated well. You know, places like the street or an abusive home. And that's admirable. I like that idea. If I had the resources to help you, I totally would, like I've said before. But I don't, so I'm going to keep giving you shout outs. If somebody else has the resources to make the dream come true, get together with Lisa. Not Lisa, I'm sorry. Get together with Crystal. I should read names. You have a great too. Thanks for stopping by, Lisa. I love it when somebody has a really great mission. You know, the mission to this channel, you can use !mission if you wanted to see Botrix pull it up. But it's to bring positivity and happiness to the world in a place where we don't have all that. You know, this world is too negative. Everybody's hurting each other with their words, and, you know, there's all this conflict going on overseas, and there's just not enough, in my opinion, there's not enough people out there trying to make you smile. A smile is like the flame of a candle. You can light another flame on another candle, or a million candles, without losing integrity, shape, value, or strength. You can spread that positivity without losing integrity of yourself. And it will infect every other thing that it comes across. So you give somebody a smile on the subway. They're like, hey, that made me feel good. Now I want to smile. They're going to smile at the next person. Right? Maybe they'll smile at the taxi driver or the doorman. And he was having a crappy day and he's like, wow, that smile brightened up my day. Now he wants to smile to somebody else. If you guys ever seen that movie, Pay It Forward, right? I did one good thing for you. Do one good thing for 3 other people, and we'll call it even. It's exponential growth of good things for other people. Positivity and happiness is contagious. It's just as contagious as negativity. You know, and I think it's not, you know, negative emotions I feel like are more contagious than positive emotions. So you've got to put more effort into putting a smile on. Isn't it odd that it takes more muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile? But it's so much harder to be in a positive mood. It's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to be, you know, hating the world around you and complaining about all the things that are not good in your life. Right, you might not change the world, but you can change somebody's world. Today is all it is. Vibrational goodness. Yes. That's the Beach Boys, right? Good vibrations. So as I mentioned before, with all of your guys' purchases and memberships and super chats, I got Zuma a bag of duck jerky. I've got that out in the car. And I got a second phone for the live stream. I've got a Samsung A15 that one of our sponsors helped us get early on in the live stream career. And then after YouTube paid me my first check, I went out and got a Samsung A16. I wanted to get another 15. Just because I wanted them to be the same phone, but they didn't have the 15 available anymore. Sometimes they're chill. Other times they're just terrors. You stick around long enough, you'll see Mama pull up the driveway, and when she does, all hell is going to break loose on this couch. It's going to go empty on the couch, and it's going to get real loud in the background. Zuma was really funny yesterday. We're all sitting here talking to each other on the couch, and there was a dog down the street barking, and she was starting to grumble. Like, I guess the dog was saying something. Maybe it was rude in dog speech. I don't know. But, like, she perked up, and she was like, "Rrr." I'm like, what are you even growling at? And I listened for a little bit longer. I could hear the dog barking down the street. So maybe this dog was saying rude things. And Zuma was like, I don't like it. Yes, they are. They're usually really well behaved. But it only takes that one thing to turn them into a demon you can't stand, you know? It's the doorbell or the mailman, the UPS guy, the neighbor shutting their door at 1 o'clock in the morning. Anybody who's got dogs knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, my sweet angel, my sweet angel. And then somebody slams the door down the street and they turn into an absolute devil. And you're like, be quiet, settle down, stop that. It's just the neighbors. 26? Holy moly, that is out of control. 26 is crazy. I mean, I guess if they're caring for them all, none of the dogs are, not eating because one of the other dogs won't let them or something like that. 26 is crazy. We've got 4 and it almost seems overwhelming. Almost. We had to get a second water dish. Well, we didn't have to get a second water dish. We got a second water dish. The one we had was able to fill up 2.5 gallons. And then we got a new one that fills up to, I think it's 2 gallons or maybe 1.5 gallons. Oh, jeez. 26 is wild. And I don't recommend calling animal control on anybody because I wouldn't want animal control called on me. And they have. The puppy police have definitely been to our house before because Zuma, this one over here, the brown one, she's a service dog. She's not required to be on a leash, but at one point I had a runner. It was a 100-foot line. And I had the runner going across our property. We've only got a 1/4 acre, so 100 feet, there's not a lot of places to put it when you've got a house on a 1/4 acre. So it was running across the street. But we live on a dead end. And there was nobody living in the house behind us. And it was easy enough to run over that line. It was on the ground. It wasn't going to stop anybody's car. And I had it running on the ground so that she had some space to run around, but she wasn't off leash. They still called the puppy police on us. Wow. 6 children in the house, 26 dogs. Yeah. If they're not going to take care of your animals, then you've got to do something. And sometimes talking to your neighbor is enough. You just go over there and say, hey, I noticed this. What's up? Is there something I can do to help you? Is there a place that I could help bring one of these dogs so that it's not, it has more attention in a different home? It doesn't have to split its attention 31 different ways. I lived in an apartment complex one time, and the people across the street had gotten a puppy. And of course the puppy wasn't housebroken. But in the middle of the summer, they were leaving the dog outside, and it would bark and bark and bark and bark all day long. And they did nothing to try to quiet this dog up so that you could not enjoy your peace and quiet outside or even inside with your door and your windows open. And so I after 3 days of seeing this dog out there for, 6 to 10 hours a day, chained to a 6-foot leash on a tree, I finally went over there and I said, look, I'm not the only one noticing this, and the neighbors are noticing this as well. And people are talking about having your dog removed from you forcefully. And she got really defensive. She got really, really defensive, which I understand. And she was like, oh, who are you? And why you think? I said, look, all right, I'm just trying to make sure your dog doesn't get taken from you. because other people think that your dog doesn't have water or food and is left out here all day barking, disturbing the peace. Just trying to look out for you and your family so that your dog doesn't get taken. I'd hate to see that happen. It looks like a very loving dog. And so she backstepped and she was like, you know what? You're right. Sorry I came off kind of strong. And then within 10 minutes later, she brought the dog inside. I'm in Maine as well. I'm about an hour's north, maybe 45 minutes north of Bangor. But these dogs, they're dependent on us. And sometimes they can put up with it. Yeah. Once in a while, when I've had enough of whatever these dogs have been doing, once in a while they'll do something like, you turn your back on the chicken you're preparing for dinner, and then they get on the counter and take it and eat it the moment you turn around. And by the time you look again, it's halfway down their throats. Like, that's frustrating, and that's enough to put your dog outside. My kiddo had a sleepover last week, and him and his friend were arguing about a Nerf blaster. They both wanted to play with the one that you put the batteries in, because it shoots the bullets out in quick succession. And Annie did not like the way that his friend was arguing with him, and she nipped at him when he got too close. And I lost it, because she's normally very nice, very friendly, but she's so protective. But she nipped at him, and she didn't necessarily break skin, but it was enough to bruise his arm. My kiddo's 6, and his friend is around his age. So that's a pretty traumatic thing for a kid to go through. But we immediately handled it. I gave her a lecture, and then I put her outside. And my immediate thought was, she lives there now. But I knew that wasn't going to be a thing. So she was probably out there for about an hour. And then we brought her inside, and we've got a little crate that's way too small for any of them. But, while he was here, I felt a lot safer having her in there. So every couple hours, I let her out to go potty and drink and eat food. But, I didn't want that happening again. Because I know that the penalty for a dog to attack a human is death. And that's a steep price to pay when you're just trying to protect your human. So it's instinct for them to protect their human. And unfortunately, the other kiddo got the tail end of instinct. But like I said, we handled it. She got a lecture and got removed from the scenario. He got a lot of attention. I gave him a big old hug. We put a Band-Aid on his boo-boo. He had some cotton candy, and they got to play the Nintendo Switch. So as soon as he heard cotton candy, he was like, oh, I'm good. Sugar fixes everything, right? But we did the right thing. I took pictures of it. We sent those pictures to his mother. We told her immediately about it. We've got a camera in our living room so that when we're away, we can keep an eye on the dogs. So we were able to pull up that footage and see exactly what happened and why it happened. So we could see that, you know, he wasn't hurting the dog, and that's why she lashed out. She was protecting my son. So it was an understandable kind of lash out thing. But it's still very scary to see that happen. And heaven forbid your dog lashes out at somebody trying to protect you, and then that person wants to have that dog put down. But his parents said if he's okay, then he can stay the rest of the night. We really appreciate you guys reaching out to us. Yeah. They will. The punishment for a dog biting a human is death. And it's a really, really steep punishment. There was a super beautiful pit bull that used to live at the house behind us. They don't live there anymore. And the pit bull had moved out prior to the guy's mom moving out. But this was one of those rescue dogs from a shelter. And she was supposed to be fixed. And the owner did not fix her. So he was supposed to have not been allowed to keep that dog because he didn't have her fixed within a certain time. She ended up having puppies. Thank you, Crystal, for that hundo. She ended up having puppies, and her demeanor changed a lot. She became super protective. At one point, I think she doesn't like cyclists. I think it's the two wheels and the pedals that like bothered her a lot. But she attacked some guy on a bicycle passing by the owner, and they put her down. So that's on the owner. And I don't know if he's a good person or a bad person. I never really got to know him. And the dog was very, very obedient. Came when she was called, stick by his side. You know, even when she wanted to run off and do something, when she was told not to, she didn't. She was never on a leash and didn't need one until a cyclist came by. And then it was time to have a leash, but it was already too late. Yes, she was a new mommy. But the problem with that, see, I'm not sure if I want Zuma to have babies. She's not fixed either. Letty's the only one of these pups that's fixed right now. It made me mad too. At that point, I was like, I don't want anything to do with this guy. Like, you know, we were cordial. Once in a while, he's like, hey, you know, are you going into town? Can I catch a ride? Sure, we're heading that way. Jump in. At this point after that, I wouldn't say no. I would say no. Because, I don't know, not, I guess it would be spite. If I had to choose the reason, it would be spite. Absolutely and completely out of spite. You know, I would be resentful. You know, and who knows what I would say on that journey. And I don't like to be angry while I'm driving, but I would definitely have something to say to that person. Yeah, if I had to choose between feeding myself or feeding my dog, I'd probably feed my dog. And Zuma does so much more for me than just, she's not a pet, she's a service dog. So she actually does work, I guess you could say, for her lifestyle. And she earns it. If there's any of these dogs here that deserve to sleep all day long and get unlimited treats, it's definitely Zuma. She's probably the most obstinate of all the dogs. Like, she is the hardest one to train because she's so food motivated. And it's hard to train certain things with food. Like, how do you teach a dog not to jump onto the counter and take food? Right? Because once they get on the counter, they're positively reinforced to keep doing that, because once they get up there, they get the food that they're looking for. Thank you, Crystal. So it's hard to teach a dog not to do a bad behavior when they get the reward for doing the bad behavior. Oh, I'm getting a call here. Hold on. I gotta cancel that out. I think what I'm gonna do here is put that on vibrate so it doesn't keep beeping and stuff. All right. Yeah. The only way to teach a dog not to steal food is for them to be punished. And then it begs the question, what is an appropriate punishment for stealing food? Now, for me, some of you might disagree with this. But for me, if the dog takes the food from me and I see it happen, I will try to take that food back, even if it's already in their mouth. They'll get a lecture, and I'll try to take it back. You know, there's one incident where I was eating pizza, and I had the crust laid out. You know, I ate the pizza, I had the crust on my plate, and I was gonna give her the crust when I was done. I turned my back to go into the fridge for a drink or something. And when I turned my back, she took it. I heard the plate go clank, and I turned around, and she had the pizza crust in her mouth and halfway down her throat. By the time I got to her, the whole thing was in her mouth, and I pulled it out of her mouth. I pulled it right out of her throat. The look she gave me when I did that, oh, priceless. Like, I can't believe you just did that, Dad. I thought I had that pizza crust. I thought I had it in the bag. It was a done deal. And then you came over and just right out of my mouth. You know, she was about ready to swallow that whole pizza crust whole. Like, chewed it up a little bit and then, oh. And then I gave it to the other dogs right in front of her. I said, you steal, you get nothing. And she looked at me like, Dad, where's my pizza crust? While I'm giving it to the other dogs. But now, since I've done that, I've not needed to do that again. If I'm present, she'll kind of like, she'll look and she'll check and she'll look and she'll check. Like, if I go to leave the room and I'm out of sight, all bets are off. But if I'm in the room, all I have to do is give her a dirty look and she backs off. You know, they like to get too close while you're eating. And I give them this dirty defensive look, like, you know, the way they give each other looks. They'll growl at each other to let them know, like, don't you dare. So I kind of give them that look. And it sends the growl message to them. So she learned from that point. She certainly did. What do we always say, Zoo, huh? What do we always say? Liars, cheaters, and thieves are not welcome in this house. They are so smart. I think let's see, who is the smartest of them all? It's really hard to tell. Because Zuma is such a blockhead. She's just obstinate. She wants to do what she wants. And then Shadow here appearing on camera here. I'm just picking up random stuff from all over the house. She learns the quickest. I've never seen any dog learn as fast as she is. What do you got now, girlie? What is that? Just random crap? Give me that. Give me it. Give me it. You're chewing on random plastic. She picks up everything and anything, but she learns the fastest out of all the dogs. You know, she learned real quickly not to jump up. So when she wants to jump up, she'll do this like kangaroo hop. It's super cute. Oh, got noise in the driveway. There's service in the force. There it is. What are you even getting on about? There wasn't even somebody on our road. That was a guy hauling a tractor trailer from a block away. Ladies, chill out. We'll lay down. You're okay. You're okay. Go ahead. Go down. You're fine. It was just some truck hauling a trailer with a tractor on it. Bashida! What's up? Later, Crystal. You have a great day, too. Remember, if you smile at somebody, they'll smile at somebody else. How you doing, Dashida? Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I did a live stream. We've got the vertical here. We've got the horizontal here. So we have both versions. The vertical camera is set about chest height for me. The horizontal camera set about head level for the dogs. So if you want to see Zuma's butt on the other camera, we have the horizontal. It's a nice close-up of her butt right now. Is your first time? No, you've been here before. You've definitely been here before. There's no way. Let me see. Channel activity. Yeah. Let's hang and chat. You've been here before. At least one time. Yeah, the comment said you came in to say hi. I think that was possibly before or after Club Chrissy. I don't remember. Oh, we got a little fun action here happening. Shadow wants to play with Letty all the time, and most of the time Letty's not having it. Stay out of it, zone. Stay out of it, zone. Oh, they're double teaming her now. So funny. They're double teaming her. What turds. Oh, don't hurt her. Don't be hurting the ladybug. This one's not wanting to stay. That's a little better. It's sagging now. Freaking camera sagging on me. See if we get closer to Lily camera. You're okay, Zoom. Don't be trying to end the live stream with your nose. Lady's like, I'm old, leave me alone. What are you doing, Dodo? What are you doing? This tail wag thing going on here. What are you doing, Dodo? I think maybe I should mount this one a little bit higher, but I need a longer power cord, so I'll adjust that at another time. You see those big old floppy ears she's got? Dumbo would be jealous. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. I appreciate that. Later. Yeah, they did tire themselves out. Thank you for stopping by, Nishida. We'll see you next time. Remember to be nice to everybody. We have more fun when we're nice to each other. Geez, Annie. Oh, we've been live for an hour? Wow. That time went fast. I'll move this one if I can up just a little bit. Sorry about that. So you can see Dodo's cute face on Dodo. Yeah. Hi, lady. Apparently, there's somebody on my Discord server who's trying to scam money out of people. So that's why I've been quiet for a minute here. I'm reading messages back and forth and communicating with my studio manager. This is why I don't spread out too much. Because then I can't handle the overflow. And Dodo's over here, hiding off camera. So we're just waiting on Mama and Bubba to come back with groceries. And then it's going to get chaotic in the house here because the dogs like to sniff anything new that's in the house. That's the whole thing, you guys. That's it. All pooped out. You done had your fun? What are we hearing, Pops? What are we hearing? Is it just the neighbors being neighborly? Is that what we're hearing right now? Is that why we're all excited and popped up out of our seats? Because the neighbors are being neighborly? Yeah, are you being super protective today? So yes, I call her Dodo. Her name is Shadow. Yeah, that's you. And if you'll notice, the word shadow has doe at the end. And she's kind of doofy. She's a little goofball sometimes. So we like to call her Dodo. Hi. Hello. Hi. And when I say that she learned the fastest, I really mean that. Like these other dogs, they like to jump up on you. They haven't really learned not to jump on new people. But when we got Shadow, I understood that that was going to be a reoccurring problem. So when she started to do the jumping thing, I would push her off of me and not give her any attention. And eventually, she would do this thing where she'd get in between my legs while I'm standing and like look up at me, and then I'd give her attention. So she got that positive reinforcement where I'm not going to get attention if I'm jumping, but if I try to get his attention another way, he'll give it to me. So now she knows that if she just comes and stands between my legs, that I'll give her pets. So that's what she does when she wants attention. She'll come over and force her way between my legs. Even if my legs are shut, like I like to stand with my ankles crossed, and she'll just stick her nose and spread my knees apart so that I can give her attention. But she doesn't jump on me. She learned real quick that she wasn't going to get attention if she jumped. And it's something these other dogs just have not learned. That's why I say she learns the fastest, because I didn't even have to give her treats or punish her for doing the wrong thing. I just gave her the positive reinforcement for doing the right thing, and then she continues to do that. She's not as food motivated as these other dogs, and she doesn't know the tricks like these other dogs, but she's only 7 months old. But she'll learn how to sit eventually. She just likes to be wherever the people are. It's kind of unnerving if you're not expecting it. Because she'll just force her way between your knees. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? I just got goosed. I think it's time for more coffee. What do you guys think? Is it more coffee time? I mean, it's 3 o'clock, right? That means more coffee. I don't have the camera directly next to the coffee machine, but it still might be loud for some people's ears. So if you're wearing headphones, just be mindful that that coffee machine could be too loud for you. Sizzlebone, what's up? Welcome back, brother. Sub chat. Please be kind and respectful, or be quiet, or be scrolling away, or be removed. I like it. Long time no see. Hope all is well in your world, says Sizzle Moon. Yes and no. We all have our dramas. My mom is going through a thing with her landlord right now. I went through a thing with a friend of mine yesterday. So we all have those moments. It's been a while since I did a live stream. I just wasn't feeling very motivated and not feeling super positive. So I didn't want to bring that vibe into the channel. So I just didn't go live, and I just made a bunch of shorts. I'm going to try to get into the habit again. You know, I kind of... There goes the loud coffee machine, watch your ears. The holidays kind of threw off my normal schedule, and then I never got back into a routine. But it's starting to warm up, and we've got a new face to the channel that hasn't seen summer yet. She was born in the fall. And she's not been on the leash ever, so she's got no leash etiquette. So I think we're going to be doing some live streams with Shadow on the leash. Tia Fireball, what's up, Tia? Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, there are 4 pups. We've got Letty over here. She's a Lab Pit Terrier. She's 8 years old. Got Zuma over here. That's my service dog. She's Rottweiler Boxer. She's 3. Got Annie over here. She's a Rottweiler Husky. And then Shadow is in the other room. Annie's 3 also. Shadow's in the other room. hiding off camera. And Shadow's 7 months old. She probably did. The Pity and Kitty Committee is one of our friends. Everyday K-Slay. I hate that I get sleepy after I eat. Sometimes I do too. They call that the food coma. Yes, if you guys aren't already connected to the Pity and Kitty Committee, you should be. She's got a great channel and 4 little fluff balls. See, we got Onyx, Luna, Xena, and Biba. Onyx and Biba are cats. Xena and Luna are dogs. So Xena's a little ankle biter, Luna's a pity, and then Onyx and Biba are 2 black cats. And I think she goes live every day. She's been doing the live stream for a couple years now. That's right. Other cultures definitely do have an afternoon break. They call it a siesta, where between, I think it's like 11:30 and 2, when the sun is highest in the sky, they take a break. And then they go back to work. So they'll work 4 hours, take a 2-hour break, and then work another 4 hours. Not Americans. Absolutely right about that. Americans are like, you can work 6 hours, you can have a half an hour lunch. You're not going to get paid for your half an hour lunch, but I expect you to be done eating and back here for another 3 hours of work. You thought Onyx and Biba were goddesses? They might be. But on the Pity and Kitty Committee's channel, Onyx and Biba are her kitty cats. I gotta be careful how many times I use that word here. CAT, aka feline, is a trigger word for Zuma. She hears that word and she's like, what? Where? A plaything I can chew on? Can I chase this? Where's it at? At one point, I had clipped one of her shorts during the Christmas season, and I used that song by Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. One of her shorts had a cat on it. So it did a 2 or 3 second clip of the cat, and then 2 or 3 seconds of Zuma. I don't know if you guys can see that from where you're at. It looks like Zuma's trying really hard to sleep. Oh, she's not doing it now. There it goes. Her little eye is twitching. Been live here for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm hoping to be live for another 40 minutes. Minimum. I try to give you guys 2 hours when I go live. If I lived by myself with these 4 dogs, we could be live all day long. But we do live stream from the living room. And we do use the living room. If you can't tell, it definitely looks a little lived in. But once they get home, I'll have to end the live stream so that we can utilize the living room. So the brown one, or some people refer to that color as red, that is Zuma. Zuma is a Rottweiler boxer. And we have a command for that. So where's the chat at? Here it is. Exclamation point, Zuma. And we've got one for each of the dogs here. If Botrix will put that up on screen, we'll see what happens, because the last time I tried to use Botrix, it wasn't working. Not because Botrix wasn't here, just because YouTube was deleting the comments. Aloha from Hawaii. My RN. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hello from Hawaii. Aloha. It looks like Botrix is not going to do the thing that it's supposed to do. I think maybe my subscription ran up. And it's not doing the thing. Elevator has guide rail. Interesting. But we know that's not true. People don't rise from the dead. Oh no. Well, I hope you're staying safe over there. He said we're dealing with a severe major storm in Hawaii. And I can only imagine that being an island, it's scary to go through a major storm. Am I a dog owner? Ten inches of rain in the last 24 hours. That's a lot of rain. Elevator. I am a dog owner. We have 4. Letty, Zuma, Annie's over there, and Shadow's in the kitchen. Letty here is Lab Pit Terrier. Zuma is Rottweiler Boxer. Annie is Rottweiler Husky. And Shadow is Plot Hound Labrador. I don't know if Elevator's a bot, but my question is, why is he yelling at me? Are you a dog owner? Like, bro, I'm right here. I'm right here. You don't need to yell. All caps. He's yelling at me over here. Yeah, I think it's funny when people say things like that. Like, not to play down anybody's beliefs, but people don't come back from the dead. And the one that gets me is when people say Jesus is king, And I say, king of what? Caesar was king. Jesus was never king. He was never royalty. He was a poverty-stricken individual. Like, it's cool if you believe that. But I'm just curious as to what the basis is for that. I'm not saying I disagree, and I'm not saying that somebody is wrong. I'm just wondering where the basis is for that. Because like I said, people don't die and then come back to life. Not for 3 days. I mean, we've seen people come back to life after being resuscitated. But after about 40 minutes of your body not flowing the blood to your brain, you start to go brain dead. So the science, the math isn't mathing on that in my mind. So I have a hard time subscribing to that belief. And that's just me. That's just me. Everybody's entitled to believe what they wish. If you believe that the sky is green, who am I to tell you you're wrong? We just believe different things. You have 2 pit bull mixes with a terrier, 1 cattle dog, and 3 Yorkies. That's a big house right there. So was that 6? 6 dogs? Yeah, see, Tia? That's the issue that I have with it. I've been taught all these things about science and the laws of life and death, and some of these things just they don't make sense in my mind, but I'm not going to tell somebody they're wrong. We have 4. So we got Letty, Lab Pit Terrier, she's 8. Zuma, Rottweiler Boxer, she's 3. Annie, Rottweiler Husky, she's also 3. And then Shadow is a Plot Hound Labrador, and she's 8 months old. Every day with K-Slay! We were just talking about you in the Pity and Kitty Committee. Tia is in here from your channel. I'm good. Today is a good day for me. There has not been any chaos since I woke up this morning. And the only negative thing that I can say about today is that when I got out of bed, it was because my son had told my girlfriend no. She said, go play with that in your own room. It had some toy. I think it was one of those finger skateboards. And he said no. And I was like, what? I don't think so. So I got up and went over to him and I was like, that is not how you talk to an adult. You don't raise your voice. You don't tell him no. So you need to apologize right now. And he did. That's been the most negative thing about today. And on the scale of negativity, it's pretty low. It's pretty low down there. Yeah, I got your no right here, kiddo. Exactly. You want to say no? I can say no. I can say no to your tablet. I can say no to the TV. I can say no to your Nintendo Switch. We'll see how no gets you real far. Exactly. Life be lifing. He's 6. He's 6 going on 30. One of the smartest kids I've ever met. Not to toot my own horn there, but I did play a part. I did. Oh yeah, kids these days, they start with that attitude real early on. And the weird thing is, he said no, but got up and did it anyway. Like, he listened, but he was talking back. Well, if you're sleepy, take a nap unless you got important things to do. I try to be a good dad. I really do. It's the most important thing to me in my life is being a dad. You know, I've known that I wanted to be a dad before I was old enough to have my own kids. I think I've known I wanted to be a dad since I was about 12 years old. I don't know, something about it felt like it was the purpose in my life that I needed to do. And I know sometimes we lose focus. Sometimes we lose focus. And you're like, I'd rather do this thing for myself. This kid is in the way. If anybody's got kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, geez, I just want a moment to myself. Can this kid, like, just go away for a day? Not forever. I want a few hours. Just a few hours of peace and quiet where I don't have to hear dad, 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 dad. And it's like, he never stops eating. Holy moly. I would never leave the kitchen if I didn't tell him no. Like, just 2 days ago, it was like 7:30 at night. He's like, Dad, will you make me raviolis? It's like, no, I'm not going to spend 40 minutes cooking raviolis at 7:30 at night. Your bedtime is at 8:30. Like, you should have already eaten. What I can do is make you some chicken nuggets or some macaroni and cheese. Because those will take me 5 minutes. Jacob Obi. Oi, Jacob Oi? Hello, hello. I grew up on farm, taking care of ponies and chickens and rabbits and dogs and cats and guinea pigs in an apple orchard. Started babysitting at 12, taking care of an elder at 16. That's a lot to put on a kid. You just started panting like a dog? Okay, message retracted. Joined 3 months ago, 2 subscribers. That's totally understandable. You know, why split your attention when somebody's going to need that much attention from you? Is it really ethical to split their attention with somebody else? I am a product of the system. So I know all about that. Not in Michigan, in New Jersey, but I'm very familiar with the aftermath. of what you speak of there. You absolutely can, Kay. Crystal Saves Animals would like to start a shelter. If you'd like to contribute to that, I don't really have any way to contribute besides giving a shout out. Make sure I'm getting that name correct here. I'm going to scroll back. Crystal Saves Animals. One word. At symbol. And it's Crystal with a Y. She's looking to start up a shelter. So maybe you could connect with her and there's some resources you could share. Are we getting all excited about a train, or are we getting all excited because Mama's home? Oh, Mama's home. That means we're gonna call it. Botworks isn't working, so I can't use my end command and I can't use my buy command. But what they will say is thank you for showing up. I appreciate you being here. We love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the links in my bio because there's more of the community available outside of the YouTube channel. And never, ever, ever forget, we have more fun when we're nice to each other. So let's be nice to each other. We'll see you guys next time. We're going to have to occupy this living room with family. Thank you for coming out. Hopefully we'll be back on tomorrow. I'm going to try to get in this rhythm again. I fell out of rhythm. I'm going to try. Later, guys.